Finish things off on this Sunday night in Portland, and yet we're going to cap things off. Oregon State making the trip west to come here to Portland, about an hour and a half away from Corvallis.
The veteran on the floor, so to speak, in his system.
And in the loss to Iowa, you see she did her part with 22 points in 37 minutes. Celeste Taylor probably most of all.
Yeah, Celeste Taylor, their leading scorer, really struggled from the floor against UConn. And Kara Lawson talked about her shot selection. She'd like it to be better.
And there you see, this is not unusual. The bench has been very productive for Duke early on in this season.
And off the bench, Elizabeth Balogun is averaging double figures. She's inserted into the starting lineup here tonight. Kara Lawson wants a little bit more punch from the starting group.
Balogun now playing for her third school in the ACC. No woman has ever done that, and you will notice in the circle there was some height going on there. Number 12 in white, Jelena Mitrovic, 6'9", redshirt sophomore from Serbia, jumping against Kennedy Brown. Coach Lawson also would like to get Kennedy Brown some more touches.
Yeah, I felt like they had a lot of missed opportunities in the game against Connecticut, and Kara Lawson said we showed every single one of those missed pass opportunities, and she gets the touch right away.
Yeah, see, they go to Duke. They're smart. They got it to her right away.
They make adjustments, yes.
Kennedy smart. Listen to Coach Lawson, and they got it into her. There's the starting five. Shalexis Aaron coming off a terrific game. She had 17 against Iowa. Into Yaney, the Arizona transfer. And the Duke starting five, the change we talked about, Balogun in for Lee Volker. Cheyenne Day-Wilson is a very dynamic sophomore from Canada who is a prolific scorer. There she is, number 30 in Duke blue, and she's not shy about putting up the threes. Hit a couple of early ones against UConn in their first game of the tournament. Beavers worked it around to Noelle Mannon, trying to get her involved early. She was held scoreless against Iowa. Jordan Oliver is one of 5 transfers on this Duke team. Coming over from Baylor. 8 newcomers on this Blue Devil squad.
Really still an opportunity to mesh all of these new players and new faces. And Kara Lawson talked about shot selection for her Blue Devil squad, but learning how to put each other in positions to be successful, learning what's the best shot on the floor, that's going to take some time.
And you saw Balogun lost the ball and was able to recover and put it in for her first basket. Yaney got stuffed by Brown. Mannon thought about pulling the trigger.
And Kennedy Brown is a transfer from Oregon State, so this is a game where she's coming in. And
take a look at our former colleague Kara Lawson, now in her 3rd season in charge of Duke. Kennedy Brown a couple of seasons in a redshirt year. Balogun with the rebound.
And I think that's important. It's important for Kennedy to know that Kara Lawson understands that and that it's normal to be nervous. And then once the game starts, you just get into the flow of the game.
Von Oelhoffen just enveloped by Duke blue. They kick it out. Aaron couldn't get it home. She hit 3 threes against Iowa to open up the tournament. Mitrovic, the quick double came, and that left Mannon open on the perimeter. Mitrovic calling for a foul.
She doesn't have to shoot it every time, but she's got to get a touch every time down the floor.
Oregon State 0 for 8 from the floor. Now Taylor puts up the shot that just won't go in.
She's playing a different, her physicality is different.
So good in the low block. Day-Wilson, who was a transfer from Tulane. On Oelhoffen, couple of feet behind the line. Oregon, gosh, 9 of 10, or have missed 9 of their 10 shots. There's Beers, the freshman. Oregon State with its second field goal of the game and leading at 5-4. Taylor. His sister Heide also was a basketball player. Told us a story about the other building we played in, or they played in, Shiles Center on the campus of the University of Portland, where she hit or missed a big shot that eventually was put in for a high school championship, and he realized he really wanted. Neither team shooting the ball well, as you might expect by our low score. Taylor looking to get it inside. The shot over Beers is good. A look. Heide scored the last 6 points for Duke and then gets a block. Quickly in transition. Duke likes to play with pace. That's off Heidi's foot, but she was able to get it. And now Vanessa DeJesus, number 2. Backup point guard. Finds a little space and hits it. It was quite a test for this Blue Devil team. As we mentioned, 8 newcomers. UConn with a come-from-behind win over Iowa today, holding Caitlin Clark in check in the second half. And Maisie Fudd went off. Raegan Richardson, who was a transfer from Georgia, with the miss. Inside 50 seconds to go now in the first quarter. Third place game in the Phil Knight Legacy bracket. Von Oelhoffen has been quiet. Up her dribble. Beers had it taken away momentarily by DeJesus.
Celeste Taylor had 17 points against Iowa, shot it really well. Bendu Yaney had 9. They're going to have to get going. Duke is a team that likes to get into you on the defensive end. They play hard, they mix up their schemes, and balance on offense is key.
Beers and Von Oelhoffen a combined 3 for 6. The rest of their teammates 0 for 11 from the floor. Shot clock is winding down. They need a shot. They get it. And it worked. This is her third, not just her third school, but her third ACC school. Georgia Tech, Louisville, and now Duke. There's a steal for Yaney. Driving on to Jesus. And finally, somebody else.
Well, you got to get it inside. Missed opportunity right there.
Mitrovic firing up to 3. Beers picks it off his extended arm. But Brown able to get the initial offensive rebound. Then Volker grabbed one.
Nice pass.
Volker to Brown. 5 minutes to go in the first half. Third place game in the Phil Knight Legacy bracket. Brown on an early Christmas gift. Still getting shut out. That was only her first shot of the night. Mainstay in the starting lineup. Volker. It was right through the lane. Day Wilson has yet to score in this game for Duke.
And Pam, Shiny Day Wilson, in the last matchup against UConn, really pressed a lot. Took some bad shots, didn't pick up contested shots. He's right.
Rod right into the teeth of the defense. Mitrovic.
Duke is small on the interior, find a way to get some touches. It doesn't have to necessarily be first pass in offense, and Volker gets to the rim.
Yeah, Volker had been starting coming off the bench tonight, and then the steal by Taylor, who is fouled.
Duke's really responded, particularly on the defensive end of the floor. Carol Lawson talked about in that fourth quarter against Connecticut. She felt like, no, they just didn't really play that hard. It's the first time she's been disappointed in how they've played.
That's the low scoring. Here's Yaney heading to the line. by Dave Wilson. Jesus running the point. Former starter now coming off the bench for Duke. Taylor knocks one down.
Great execution.
Yeah.
Great execution. Knew exactly what they wanted, where they wanted the ball, and Celeste Taylor finally got an open look.
Now shot clock is off. And a foul on Beers for a moving screen. Taylor drew it.
The screen coming. I just always think that's a really tough call on a big in those situations.
So another chance for Duke to score before the end of the half. Rolling with the miss. And Duke takes a 31-24 lead into the locker room. And as has been the usual for Duke, their bench doing a lot of the scoring.
Felt like the ball got stuck or they were over dribbling. It wasn't crisp, it wasn't sharp.
Melissa Barlow, Anthony Robinson, and Kenneth Nash are officials tonight in Portland. The final women's game here. There's still some men's action going on in the other two venues that have been used in Portland. Dave Wilson, usually the mainstay for this team offensively, with another miss. She is scoreless in this game. And Olhoffen with the basketball. One of the players that Scott Rueck is so excited about as this season wears on. 5 seconds left on the shot clock. Oh boy, and a touch foul out on the perimeter.
They've got to find a secondary or a third scorer, excuse me. They got to find somebody else besides Beers and Van Olhoffen. And Celeste Taylor to me is the one. She had 17 points against Iowa. You know, she averaged a year ago at Texas Southern double digits. She has the ability to knock down shots. I think she has to hunt more shots.
She hunted that one, but now she's 0 for 3 from the floor. Played 9 minutes in the first half and was scoreless. Celeste Taylor showing some good things after a tough game against UConn. Vanessa De Jesus has checked into the game, replacing Dave Wilson at the point. Dave Wilson on the bench with 3 fouls. In and finding just a little bit of space creation
and how hard you play and what kind of a teammate you are every day in practice and in the game.
Yaney with the miss, and now Duke on the run. Taylor, nice. Mannon has to throw it up, and it goes in. And Olhoffen just off the back iron. Now Duke looks to push it with Oliver. Now over to the aforementioned Kennedy.
Okay, Raegan Beers bringing the ball down the floor. Attacking the ball. I love it.
Frantic action. Oliver blocked by Beers. Balogun. We will be in Iowa City, where they have sold 8,000 season tickets.
I love it. I love it. The Caitlin Clark effect.
Celeste Taylor having herself a night. Good shot selection. She's got a dozen. Coming off a game in which she missed 12 of 14 shots. And the loss to UConn on Olhoffen.
That's a great move right there. Didn't have anywhere to go. Patient, poised, goes to the other side to finish.
So the Duke Blue Devils holding on. Kudos to our crews that have been working almost non-stop for the last several days in Portland. 16 men's teams, 8 women's teams. Hey, Wilson, see, she would have pulled that.
Yes.
Probably in the first quarter. A little gun shy. There you go.
And that's what you have to do to beat the zone. You have to attack that high post, penetrating passes.
5 combined.
And neither one of these teams shoot the ball from 3 particularly well in the season. Oregon State at just under 26% and Duke just over 22%. But at the same time, having that floor leader is key.
Taylor. 2 more points off turnover.
Upper body strength, lower body strength, being able to play in a stance, in a position, low position. You know, low man always wins. And if you're upright, you're going to get moved off your block easy.
Even if you're 6'9", here's Mannon. Hey, Wilson finally gets her first point, getting ready to check back in, and you wonder now as we go inside 3 minutes, Oregon State's got to be more fatigued. Duke with a deeper bench.
And that was a fatigue finish right there with Van Olhoffen. You could just tell.
Former colleague of ours, the Colts at Lucas Oil Stadium, 8 Eastern on ESPN. Deportes in the app. Monday Night Countdown kicks off our coverage at 6 Eastern time. Inside a minute left to go now in this 3rd place game in the Phil Knight Legacy bracket. Count it!
Well, it's really incredible what Scott Rueck has done with this program, and you know, continues to elevate Oregon State women's basketball.
But the Duke Blue Devils going to come away with the victory and finish in 3rd place, taking it by the final of 54-41, holding Oregon State to just 6 points in that 4th quarter. 26% from the floor for the Beavers. They missed 17 of their 19 threes. They have work to do on offense.